One. This commentary is pertaining to the notorious cheater. We're going to ask a guest, can a notorious cheater change their ways? Can they be faithful? Lula Mae, what do you have to say about that?
Well, girl, I don't think that they really can. I think the only way that a man is going to change his ways is if he is down in the dumps. He needs some help, or he has a medical condition where he needs someone to take care of his sorry ass.
Okay. Wow. So you're saying he has to be ill?
Yeah, he's going to have to be ill. He's not going to change.
Well,
as long as he's up and able, he's going to fly around and he's going to stick whatever he can stick.
Well, that's a shame, isn't it?
I would say it is. It's hard to find a good one out here.
Well, have you had any experiences with a cheating man?
Oh, yeah. I done ran across a whole bunch of them.
Have you now?
I sure would have. They come a dime a dozen just like Dick come a dime a dozen.
Well, now Lula Mae. Now Lula. Girl, you a fool.
I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
Well, I'm just saying.
Right.
But, my thing is, you want to give a person a chance. Let's say they've admitted they've never been faithful to any woman. You don't think they could get with a woman in a relationship? Or let's start off with this.
A temptation is going to kill him.
The temptation?
That temptation is going to always be there.
Really?
And he's going to always have one on the back burner.
Well,
it don't matter. He's going to have one on the back burner.
On the back
burner. He's going to have one waiting.
Well, shut your mouth.
And she's okay with waiting, too.
She's okay with waiting. Okay. Why do you think a woman would wait? What is she waiting for?
She waiting that hopefully one day he'll be hers.
He'll be hers. And then what happens when he doesn't?
She's going to still be waiting.
Still be waiting. Okay. Do you recommend her waiting?
Hell no.
Okay. So would you date a man who's never been faithful? Let's start with dating first. Would you date a man who has never been faithful to a woman in a relationship? Would you date him?
Unless I just want to play for it. That's going to be the only reason I would.
Okay. Number 2, would you marry a man who's never been faithful in a relationship?
Hell no.
Okay.
For what? Waste my time and my money?
Okay.
On a fucking wedding?
Oh, no, you said a wedding.
Oh, no, you said what I married one.
Okay. Okay.
So that's time and money on trying to have a wedding.
Okay.
So that's wasted.
Okay.
I don't have neither one of them to waste.
Okay. Because time is money.
All the time.
And money is time.
All the time.
Wow, wow, wow. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The back burner.
Mm-hmm.
My. Well, I live in a small area, and the men are shortage. It's a shortage here, especially if you're trying to date, a black man. And most of the men here and women, everybody has swapped either party out. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody has basically swapped each other out. So even people now going in, meeting and greeting people in the general area, you're just swapping out somebody else's leftovers, or basically garbage. Basically garbage. And that's a terrible thing to say about a human being, of course. Would you agree?
I agree.
Because we've seen that, have we not, in small towns where the guy has been with Susie Mae and Sugar Mae and Mary J. And in your mind, you're sitting there thinking, well, what was wrong with that one? Well, what was wrong with that one? What was wrong with that one? And we're not going to even talking about different baby mamas. Woo, shut your mouth, Queen.
Okay.
You never married none of those women. Why not? But you've hopped from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman, never building a sound foundation, never marrying any of them. You don't find that strange, Lula Mae?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. And it makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder.
But you know, a lot of these men running around here, they on the deal.
Well, shut your mouth.
Okay. Yeah, open up that can.
Well, that wasn't the subject, but I'll go ahead and let you have the floor.
I don't need the floor on
Go
that.
ahead.
I'm just saying, you know,
Okay.
that's kind of part of the reason I do.
Okay.
These men, they taking it in the baby too.
Oh my goodness. Lula.
Yeah.
Now Lula, man.
It's a lot of.
So now we getting ready to do Puff Daddy during the live. We getting ready to go Puff Daddy.
I didn't bring no baby.
Well, that's where this is going.
I didn't bring the baby on, so I can't go.
Hey Scott, how you doing, baby?
I didn't bring the baby. I didn't bring the baby.
I ain't got no baby on to give up because I got to keep it for my damn self, for my own little legs and arms. I ain't got 999 to spare. I swear, you heard me.
That's time and that's money.
Whew, have mercy. It's like, damn, how many bottles do you need?
Yeah, I like you drinking and shit.
You know what? I'm dead. What's in that bottle? Vodka? I can't with you. But seriously, we have seen relationships where, like I think of a couple, they're no longer alive, where he cheated on his wife and he was messing around with this woman and they, messed around for years and then they finally got married. And I never heard any negative stories about him in the street or her. So I felt like he really loved her and she loved him. You understand what I'm saying? Because he wasn't that type of guy that where you heard stories about him when he was married. He just so happened to have hooked up with this woman. They dated, whatever, messed around while he was married. He divorced, and then he eventually married his mistress. And I never heard anything nefarious about him or her, you know what I'm saying, once they got married. So I felt like you do have those instances where you had this failed marriage, something was not right, whatever it was, whoever was at fault, they divorced, he moved on, he married the other woman, and let's just say they basically live happily ever after. You do have those cases where you don't hear that the man's out here in the street running around with this one, this one, and this one, and this one. You understand what I'm saying? Would you agree to that or no?
Mm-hmm. Could happen.
But rare.
Rare.
Okay.
But it could happen. He probably found his soulmate.
Found his soulmate, yeah. Interesting. Do you believe in soulmates?
To a certain point, yes.
You do believe in love?
Yes. It's out there.
Can you love two people?
I believe you can.
Can you be in love with two people?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And that's probably cheap.
Say what?
That's probably considered cheap. But girl, how can you be in love with two different people?
I'm just asking, do you think it's possible to be in love with two people?
It's possible.
Because you always hear it's either he or she loves one, but in love with the other. You always hear that. I'm not in love with her, but I love her. Or I'm not in love with him, but I love him. But I'm in love with this guy over here. Wow. Can you love more than two people?
I love the whole world.
Say what? I'm not fooling with you. Satan's a liar. That don't start no mess up here.
It won't be none.
I didn't hear what you said.
You said don't start no mess, and I said it won't be no mess.
But I asked you about loving more than two people at the same time.
I think you can love more than two people.
Wow.
You can love more than one person.
Okay. Have you ever loved more than two men at one time, or loved two at the same time? Excuse me?
Probably two at the same time.
Two at the
I probably
same.
have loved two at the same time.
And what happened?
Ooh,
It's a leak in this old building.
that's right. If it could talk,
Okay.
you don't tell everything. You
I
don't
got
tell
you.
everything.
Okay, well, I'm just curious. I mean, you don't have to give me details. I'm just curious, if you've ever loved two men at the same time. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we live in a world where, people don't live their truth. They don't stand on the truth. And, people can give you different versions, as I've heard recently. You can't believe everything that a person tells you, right? Because sometimes they leave things
I'm
out.
two different people. I'm a different people at work, and I'm a different person out in the street. I'm a
Exactly.
different person when I get to the club and I get that oil in me.
Oh, my
I'm a
God.
whole different person, girl.
Liquid courage.
That's right. And when I get to church, I'm a different person.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing like a good Sunday
I
fan.
can't curse. I can't curse.
Uh-huh. But that's a good point you made. Different people, different places. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's well said. It's well said. Hello, Luminous. Thank you for joining me. Interesting. That's an interesting point. Different people, different places. Because that's true. Because we do put on, don't we?
But you have to be.
Yes, you do. Because there's a time and a place for everything.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
That's right.
I can't go to work and talk the way that I talk at home.
Exactly.
I have to be very professional.
Mm-hmm. But we've learned with that putting on in one place and putting on somewhere else, eventually they do cross over.
Mm-hmm.
Because your sins can't find you out.
Yeah.
Mm.
When they hit that right damn nerve at work.
Oh, right. Exactly.
All the fucking professionalism goes out the door.
Right.
You forget.
Exactly.
You don't need to.
Exactly.
But you forget.
Exactly. Interesting.
Been there and done that.
Right.
Been there and done that.
Right. You got out of pocket.
All the way out of pocket, girl. I almost forgot I was at work.
So you left your Sunday shoes outside the door.
I left them inside the cubicle.
You a fool. So you brought them inside. You wasn't supposed to be wearing them inside. You're a fool. I can't fool with you. You're a damn nut. Well. Well, some people might have hope, though, for the notorious whore.
I have hope for everybody.
Say what?
I have hope for everybody.
Well, that's true. We should have hope. We should have hope. But as I've learned, old habits die hard. And,
That's it. You just got to know.
You got to know. And sometimes you don't find out.
That's right. You find out. They're not going to tell you.
Of course not.
They're not going to tell you.
Right. That I still
They're going to tell you they changed.
That I still got secret whorish ways. Why would I want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
That I fantasize about other kitty cat and ding dong. Imagine that.
No. Well, say that.
Got to be a terrible place to be in, I would think. What do you say? I want to be free. Yeah, it's a terrible place to be in.
But some may want to be free, but then they know if they pull their whole card and they tell it all, they don't know what's going to happen. So it's hard.
Right.
It's hard.
And then a lot of times it's security, is it not?
Mm-hmm.
Comfort. What's comfortable? Sometimes people don't want to go out on a limb because they're in a comfortable space. So they stay because it's comfortable. I mean, we all do this at some point in life. We don't show our truth because we're comfortable. But as I said before, there's a price to pay for not living your truth. And I think most people know that. And they don't want to own that.
But just tell me the truth.
Yeah, tell me
and
the
then
truth.
let me decide if
Let
I
me
want to
decide.
walk into that door.
Exactly.
Because I may want to walk into that door, but I got to know when I walk in that door, I may get burnt.
Exactly.
But let me decide if I want to come on in and test the waters.
Exactly. Exactly. Do you think the average man is faithful that is in a relationship with a woman? Or a man, rather? Yeah, look, we got to throw them in there too.
Ouch.
Ouch. Are you okay, baby? What's your answer?
Maybe the average man could be.
But from your perspective, living on top of the dirt as long as you have, do you think the average man that's in a relationship is faithful? Taking a mighty long pause.
No, because they probably still talking to someone or texting someone. They may not be physically, physical with that person.
Okay.
But I think you can probably say, girl, 9 times out of 10, he's texting another woman or he's talking to another woman because he's telling her his problems at home.
Mm. Now, some men won't say they have problems at home.
Bullshit.
Well, I'm just saying, everybody's version is different. Some might say, oh, I'm happy. There's nothing wrong.
They'll eventually come to that woman and they're going to tell a woman their problems because they're going to want a woman's point of view. But they're not going to go to their homeboy and tell them. Now, man, let me tell you this. They're not going to go to their homeboy because they don't want their homeboy to know what's really going on in the inside.
Okay.
But they're going to tell another woman.
Oh, they'll tell another woman. Okay, interesting. Tell another woman. And why tell another woman?
I guess they feel she may understand a little more.
Or could it be bait? Bait and switch. So if a man is attracted to another woman, let's say he's in a new relationship or newly married, what do you think about that? Why would he be attracted to somebody else?
You tell me.
I don't know. I'm asking you. You're my guest.
I don't know everything.
Well, Lula May.
Love doctor. I'm not the love doctor. I'm not the love doctor.
Lula May. Now you done came up here on the Vault XL, or you want to show out now?
I'm gonna be good.
Okay.
I'm gonna be good.
I'm just messing with you, honey. I'm just asking. Could it be possibly that they're not happy, or they just got whorish ways? Any, many, money, more.
Catch a liar by his tongue.
I can't hear you.
Catch a liar by his tongue.
Okay. Which is the dollar?
I would say it's more likely his whorish tendencies.
Whorish tendencies. Interesting. Well, you know what? The gist of the story is you never know the truth. Because he's never going to tell it. Most of the men, they're not going to tell the truth to why they are speaking in the manner that they're speaking of. Whether happy, unhappy, or as you say, just testing the waters. And most don't leave. They have to really be enamored with the other woman to leave. Would you agree? Anything else you'd like to add?
No, then it's just how long? How long is the other woman gonna wait? You could be waiting, a couple months. couple years.
Mm.
It could be waiting forever.
Well, you know, we've seen women who've been the mistress a long, long time. It wasn't really waiting, I guess. She just rode the ride, the pony ride.
Mm-hmm.
Even have her out in public. Shut your mouth.
Mm.
Sitting up in the juke joint together.
Mm.
Yeah. What do you think about that? 30, 40-year-old mistress. Mm.
Well, I sure hope she had her play toy too as well.
Well, I don't
It
know.
just wasn't. I would damn sure hope so.
Yeah.
Don't be the mistress and be a phone.
I never heard that she did, but girl, I can't fool with you right now.
Woo!
I tell you what, can't go to the funeral when they dead.
Tear that thing up.
Huh? Oh, I'm dead. I was thinking about that. You know, I thought about this person before though. I wonder did they go to the man's funeral when he died? This man passed away years ago, and I always wondered, did the mistress, did she go pay her respects? I thought, Lord, them doors closed real quick. Here she comes, shut the door. Small town mania. No, I'm just saying, did she go view the body? I'm curious. Did she ever go view the body?
Anime, I'm going to have to get off this call. I've been on this call 22 minutes.
Well, you go out, but I thank you for talking to me, Miss Lula.
All right, that sounds good. Well, you have a good day.
Easy, love you.
All right.
Bye, baby.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, everybody. That was my guest. She's quite hilarious. Can a notorious whore change his ways? Now some of the men will say, well, Queen, why don't you talk about the women? We'll talk about them another day. Can he change his ways? Can he be different? As I brought you all commentary about 2 weeks ago, I shared my journey with dealing with men who were known to be notorious cheaters, womanizers, my own father, uncle. And what I learned from those experiences is that each were carrying a torch for somebody else that no longer wanted them. And so then they go out into the universe and they hook up with these other women, marry other women, whatsoever, but they were never happy. And I witnessed this, between my own father and my own uncle, two brothers who were eerily similar in their ways and their disposition in dealing with women. Couldn't get enough. I think my father possibly, pined for my mother at one time in his life and then moved on when he realized they were never going to get back together. So he married somebody else, but he was never happy with his wife. That was obvious because he took up with younger women. Okay? Even made an outside child. Then there was my uncle. To my knowledge, he never had any children, but he was a known whore. He's a known whore, male whore. Sleeping with this one while he was married. Then finally, the wife decided she had had enough. She divorced him. And then he realized when he married the mistress, one of the mistresses rather, because there were several of them, a few of them rather, he wasn't happy. Guess he realized the grass wasn't as green as he thought it was. But then what you have to tell yourself is, how could the grass have been green, period? Because you were messing from one yard to the next. Come on with it, Queen. The grass could have never been green because you were in too many damn backyards. And that's on God. And I'm a living witness to that. I saw the backyards he was in. So how could you choose a box? How did you choose this mistress over this mistress over this mistress? Come on now. And then you married this heifer. And oh, was she a jealous bitch. Why? If I saw her today, I'd tell her to her face. You were jealous over nothing, a lump of clay. Because he didn't learn how to love. You should have known that. You were messing around with him. You had to have known. You had to have heard the stories. Hell, the word in the street, your own cousin had slept with him. You didn't know that? Come on with it, Queen. We're going to take him to church today. So you knew you was with a whore. You rode that pony ride, that donkey ride, any damn way. And then you realize he still loves his wife. His first wife, of course. And you knew that. And you still wanted this man. Anyway, why? Why you want him? And you tooled and played mind games, word games. Because you met your match with Queen. Because I let your ass know. I don't give a damn about what my uncle's doing, not doing, who he like, don't like. That's his journey, not my journey. Don't involve me. And I shared that story on my channel. Feel free to go back and check out that video. That's y'all's journey. Don't have nothing to do with me. You're looking for a scapegoat. Your husband is the problem, ma'am. Not Queen. Not nobody else. Not the first wife, not nobody else. You chose that. You didn't have to choose him. You knew what you were getting yourself into. Okay? It's not like you was somebody green. You playing green. You knew what time of day it was. And at some point, if you woke up out your slumber, you realized what you had sleeping beside you, a man who still was pining for his first wife. He never stopped loving her. And he had to learn the hard way by getting out here in these streets, marrying you, and realize he chose the wrong woman. But that was his choice. That was his journey. And at some point you knew that. And you were mad at the world, but we didn't create that problem for you. That was your problem. And in the end, you took care of a sick man. And I'm sure you became very exhausted because what I was told, you weren't looking too good. The late years, taking care of him when he became very ill. Because exactly, it's a chore to take care of a sick person. And as you heard here with my guest, that's usually the only time that most whores, cheaters change. They're not changing because they want to change. They're changing because they don't have an option, which is they're sickly. They're bedridden. They can't get up, can't move. And the main one who they were cheating on, she's the one left behind to pick up the slack and take care of his dusty ass. And boy, is that a chore. Is it not? For better or for worse, isn't those the vows that most people take? For better or for worse? Woo! But they didn't tell you how worse it could get. You get now get ready to wipe somebody's ass that's grown and can't get up and wipe himself, bathe himself. My. Because Lord have mercy, how this could turn into a Tyler Perry movie and we push your ass into the jacuzzi and make you get up out your funk, your illness. But that would be cruel, wouldn't it? Push a disabled person into a jacuzzi. I'm just saying. This is why I've talked to you all the past 2 live streams about how you treat people, because you should know you're going to get that back one day. What you put out to the universe, you're going to get all that back. And you don't know what road you're going to end up on. As I shared my story with my old flame, who's allegedly downtrodden from a car injury, allegedly. He's not bebopping around anymore, hopping around anymore. And I'm sure he's thinking about all of that. The shit I should have done, could have done. See, this is why you want to live your life to the best of your ability and make the best decisions possible, because there's no going back. This is no dress rehearsal out here. There's no repeat, no do-overs. Can't get back 20 years, 30 years of bullshit and buffoonery. You got to stand in your truth. You got to own your shit. I fucked up. I did wrong. Own it. And naturally, you don't got to own it to other people, because in the end, you have to stand account to these people. But you need to own the roles that you play with people. And a lot of people just don't want to own it. And there are a lot of people walking around right now, they're miserable as fuck because they won't stand in their truth. And you see this with a lot of people, men and women both. Let me clarify. Men and women both. They won't stand in their truth. They don't own their part they play in dealing with other people. But I've seen misery firsthand. I've seen the woman pining for the man who wouldn't choose her. I've seen the man who went from woman to woman to woman to woman, making babies, outside babies. He was never happy. I've seen misery firsthand, so I can speak about it. And this is not everyone's journey in life. I don't recommend you choose this journey, quite frankly, because you're going to pay a price in the end. No matter which side of the coin that you're on, there will be a price to pay. And there's going to be betrayal. Because as someone once said, how are you going to get something good out of something bad? Exactly. Sometimes it's not going to work out in your favor because it's wrong. We know this. That sometimes something good can happen from something bad. But when a person don't stand in their truth, somebody's going to get hurt. Oh, not today, baby. Not today, Tony. Maybe another day. But thank you. Thanks for joining me. You got to stand in your truth. There have been some men who have cheated in their relationships, and they have taken atonement for their actions. They've owned their shit. They changed. So that's the question I pose to you today. Can a notorious whore change? Somebody say, damn, Queen, that's a hell of a word. Notorious and whore. Yeah, because there are some men who are whorish. They're not just falling for one chick while in a relationship with somebody else. They're just out there spreading the dick everywhere. So that's why I said a whore. Because there's some men who are just whorish. They have to have everything. They got to taste this one. But what are you gaining? Because there's some men who say that. Isn't that what Offset was saying about Cardi B? You know, he wants, what, freedom? Well, motherfucker, you want to be free. Why'd you get married? And you knew you didn't want to be a husband. You know you wanted to sample the pond. And I get it, when you're young, you all over the place. Your mind's all over the place. You're like a little jackrabbit. You want to do this. But at some point, that shit gonna get old. What's the point? How much of the sampling of the pond you want to keep doing? You want to sample the pond at 18. You want to sample it at 30. Now you're 40, you want to sample. You're 50, you want to sample. Damn, you 60, you still want to sample the pond? Why? For what? Different flavors. She's tall, she's short, she's stubby, she's fat, she's this, she's that. This one does this one don't do this. Well, what is it all about? Why not ask for what you want? You like her to look a certain way? Tell her. Hey, I want you to be blonde tomorrow. I want you to be a brunette on Thursday. Can you change your makeup? Can you change your lips? Can you do a little something? Add a little lip gloss? Take a little lip gloss off, whatsoever. What's the old saying? Ask and ye shall receive. Exactly. You want something different than ask for what you want. Because what do we say in the street? A closed mouth don't get fed. Bingo card. So you want variety? Then ask your partner for variety. Why not? Oh, you said hell no, they can't be faithful. Okay. So, because we hear the different reasons that people cheat. And I'm going to go to my community page and we're going to answer some questions on the poll pertaining to the whorish man. So let's mosey on over to the community page. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Vault XL. First live for today. Don't know if I'll go live again. Depends on my mood. I got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about Garth Brooks later. That's the hottest subject running. I see he's now on the P. Diddy train. Lord have mercy. All right, everybody. Can the male whore change? 50% of marriages end in divorce. Why? One person responded. Froggy says financial stress, kids, alcohol, drugs, infidelity, just growing apart. Not sure, but I was sure happy when my parents divorced after 28 years because all they did was scream at each other, which was pretty miserable for us kids. Thank you, Froggy, for responding. I appreciate that. Exactly. Different reasons people divorce. Infidelity, money woes. Those are the usual reasons that people divorce. Infidelity, somebody has stepped out. Money woes, somebody spending too much money. Somebody ain't bringing in enough money. Somebody might be stealing the money. Somebody ain't making enough money. Thousands of reasons. And as she said, they grow apart. People do. They change. The ways change. The things they thought they want, they don't want anymore. Maybe they're not attracted to their spouse anymore. Men are very vain. They have a tendency to be judgmental when women gain weight. But that's the point. You can't think she's going to stay the same. Just like you're not going to stay the same. You're going to lose a little hair. You're going to get a little chubby. Should she judge you? Just say. Ladies, would you marry a man who has never been faithful in his relationship? 0% said yes. 100% said no. 0% not sure, and 0% 50-50. Ladies, would you date a man who has never been faithful in his relationships? 6% yes, 82% no, 12% not sure. So, you ladies said you would not date a man who's never been faithful in a relationship, 82%. But then I asked you about marrying a man, and 100% of you said no, that voted. Okay? A married man or woman is attracted to others after 2 years of marriage. Is he or she happy with their spouse? 9% of you said yes. 64% of you said no. 18% of you said not sure. And 9% of you said 50-50. Repeat question, because I've asked this question before on this network. Can a notorious cheater change? Yes, 16%. 79% no. 5% not sure. 50-50, 0%. Wow. Now, the next live, I'm going to talk about dating, because that's what I currently am doing, but not a good job. As most of you know, I'm on a date site. I've not met anyone of substance. So I like to share my experiences with you all. And the past month, I've done so by bringing you content in the live stream pertaining to the ridiculous and hideous experiences I've had. So we're going to talk about what you would and wouldn't do as a single woman dating. And here's one of the questions I've posed to the chat. Ladies, would you date a man living with his parents? Yes, 23%. No, 67%. Not sure, 10%. Wow, interesting. Very interesting. Only 67% of you said you would not date a man living with his parents. Would you date a man without a car? 52 votes. 17% of you said yes. 67% of you said no. So basically, it's neck to neck with both. It's 67%. It's a tie with you all would not date a man who didn't have a car, and 67% of you said you wouldn't date a man living with his parents. And the weird part about this is only 30 of you voted on the parent question, 52 of you voted on the car question, but the percentage is the same at 67%. You wouldn't do neither one. I thank you for your votes. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Sky, Luminous, Tony. Yes, Leroy, he ain't got nothing good to say. Wow, wow, wow. The male whore, can he be reformed? Can he change? Does he want to change? How about that? Maybe I should ask that question. I'm going to put that question on the page, on the community page. Take the pose, everybody. Take the pose. Take the pose. That's my question. Does a male whore want to change? Because some people don't want to change. He likes the way he is. He likes being a philanderer, picking up strange kitty cat, lying, maneuvering. As this movie I was watching this morning where the guy was talking about getting caught, they were doing wrong with buying, killing human beings and eating them. This is a crazy movie I was watching. But anyway, he says that's the thrill of what we're doing. It's the possibility of getting caught. Do these men and women want to get caught? It's a very good question. But sometimes when you do certain things, you have to know the ramifications for what you're doing. You have to know there's going to be a possibility that you will be caught. And of course, you're going to lie unless you want to be caught and you just tell the truth. Yeah, I'm seeing her. Yeah, I like her. Yeah, I've been with her. Hell, I've been with somebody else. Might just want to go all out. Tell all your damn business. I don't know. Everybody's different. Does the male whore want to change? I give you different options because we got all kind of people out here. So I give you different options. Yes, no, not sure, 50-50. Take the poll. Once again, as I said, I've dealt with whorish men in my time as a young person, and it's quite sad. It's quite sad. Because you want to think the best of people. But what I'm coming to learn about people in general, men especially, as of late, they're it's like there's no hope. There's no hope. And I have to tell myself that as a single woman at this age, because I'm not a younger person anymore. What would be the odds of me getting a single man to court and date that would be faithful just in dating him? We're not even talking about being married. We're talking about dating. What would the odds be? Probably very low that he would be faithful due to the fact that we live in a small demographic and we have all this temptation with social media and people meeting and greeting on social media. It's worse now. It's worse than it's ever been, okay? And that's one thing I've seen in the charts and stats of, things that go bump in the night with couples, Black people specifically with the HIV epidemic, AIDS. The stats were higher here in the South. Why is that? We're keeping this shit real. Why is that? Basically, the stats were saying the people here in the South, African Americans, they can't be faithful to one another. That's what the stats are showing. You can't be faithful. You're sleeping here, there, and you're putting your penis over here, over there. You're putting your JJ over here. You know there's a chance you can come up short for what? Hey, it's the odds. That's something to think about. Why the South has a higher rate of HIV amongst Black people. And then when you're looking around and you're seeing the stories of people going over here, bedding different people, you know why the AIDS epidemic is prevalent in Black people. Because nobody wants to stay faithful. Nobody wants to be monogamous. And I'm sure there's some people who want it, but they can't meet that right person that wants to do right by them. Because that's the point. You can't make somebody be faithful. You can't make a person not be attracted to somebody else. I can look at a man right now and say, oh, he's nice looking. I can look at another guy and say he's nice looking. But that don't mean I want him. Let me make that clear. I see nice looking men all the time. TV, social media. I ain't in their inbox. I ain't putting no bid in. I can even comment under their profile. Hey, how you doing, honey? Sugarfoot, gorgeous. That don't mean I want them. Because everybody navigates differently. Now, you got another female, she might be that type. She see a guy she like, or he's nice looking. Hey, she trying to find him. She trying to get in that inbox. Hey, what's up? Holla at me. Everybody ain't the same. And when you look at how people are navigating right now, especially in this demographic where I am, which is the dirty South, woo, and it got that name rightfully so. It's dirty down here. It's absolutely dirty and grimy, the South. Because the shit we're doing down here is just off the damn chain. It's ridiculous. Should a woman or man want somebody else's leftovers? How about that? Checkmate. Because what you have to tell yourself is what I was saying to the guests. You got to think about the person that you could possibly be attracted to, whether they're single or not. Do I really want this person? Especially if they've got a bad history with the opposite sex. God forbid the same sex, because, they got them rumors too. And she said down low men. And I'm sure there are a lot of black men here in Knoxville who are on the down low. Hell, probably coming after damn Plaza. Since right now it's prevalent to just be who you are. And that's a whole nother subject too to touch on. The down low, brother. But when a man has a notorious past where he is known to be a freak-a-leak, just then had sex with everybody in town, you have to tell yourself that why would you be special? You got to say that to yourself. Hey, Sue. You got to say that to yourself. Why would I be different? Amen. You got to say that to yourself when you're messing with a whore. I don't care if you're dating him, if you're having a fling with him, he has a partner or not. You got to say to yourself, where is this going if I decide to date this person, bed this person? Where is it going? Because he's got a bad reputation in the street. And he ain't known to keep no one woman. Because talk is cheap. And as my guest said, usually the only time a whore changes is when he is sick. He's immobile. He's got cancer. He's bedridden. He can't perform, or his ass is dead. Shall I repeat those options? He can't do a damn thing. But if he was up and happy and go lucky and can move around, his ding ding would be everywhere. And there's some men right now who are older than Queen, and they're still out here fucking and screwing everything with a pulse. And you're saying to yourself, damn, when you gonna change? And as I told you all last year, I met a young guy, he was telling me, I don't want one woman. I don't want to be with one woman. I want to try this. I want to sample this. But I'm looking at him like, but you young and you dumb as hell. You already got, 2 kids or so? 2 different baby mamas? So you should know if you out here sleeping around, you don't use a condom, you're going to get somebody pregnant. So you're not making no sense. Talk about, I want to sample this. I want to sample this. I don't want a commitment. Okay, basically what you're saying is you want a motherfucking problem. But see, this is what happened when you a fool. And somebody got to school your ass to show you you ain't gonna be happy. Thank you, Sue. You ain't gonna be happy. Because all this free pussy you trying to get, it comes with a price tag, sweetie. She looks like this. She smell like this. This one doing this. This one don't do this. Okay, ask for what you want. You want a mermaid? You want a school teacher? You want a slut? Well, find one that can fit all the criteria. Checkmate. Come on with it, Queen. She dresses like a school teacher. She acts like a mermaid. Sometimes she's a librarian. And when ain't nobody looking, she's a straight up slut, but you love her. Get you one that can fit the whole criteria. A chameleon. Because as my guest said, who I am at work and who I am at the club and who I am at home. Exactly. So when you find out somebody cursed on the air, well, they thought the mic was off. Checkmate. So you can't get mad. Because under his breath, he called somebody a motherfucker and the microphone was still on and he didn't know he was still live on the air. He's a human. Well, we're all human. And we are different people with different people. Are we not? Nobody has to go out here and say what they like behind closed doors sexually, what they like with this person, what they want to do with this person, what they think of this person, what they think of themselves, because it's none of your business. But as I always say, live in your truth, because you'll live a lot longer. Live in your truth. You know you a whore, you don't want a commitment, then tell that shit when you meet people. I'm a low down dirty motherfucker. I ain't shit, I ain't gonna never be shit. I can't offer you shit. Now, I can take you to lunch on Thursdays, but then I want to screw you after I feed you. Then tell it. Hey, I ain't got no money to feed you, but I want to screw you. Then tell it. Hey, I would love to date you, court you, but I can't offer you nothing, baby. Hey, you're a beautiful lady, you're a great guy, but I can't offer you nothing. Then tell that truth. You want respect? Live in your truth. Fuck that bullshit. All this walking around, talking in circles and testifying and shit, knowing you ain't got a damn lawyer, live in your truth. That's what's wrong with us. We won't live in our truth, and then we cry and moan when shit pop off later, wanting attention and wanting people to feel sorry for us. No, motherfucker, ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you because you won't live in your truth. Live in your truth. So guess what? I'm gonna be just like a dude now. I'm just gonna be as numb as fuck. How you doing, Miss Lady? Mm-hmm. You look pretty today. Mm-hmm. Can I take you out? Mm-hmm. And that's what men don't understand. A woman can have the same demeanor, be just as empty, be just as nonchalant, also be a female whore. How about that? Do you the same way. Get a little nookie and push your ass on out. Because a lot of men don't think women can have sex with them and she don't feel nothing thereafter. Oh. Now. Come on now. Don't get it twisted. Don't ever get it twisted. Exactly. Because a lot of times we don't have no choice but to play the same game when we realize you full of shit and we done gave up the crown jewel that we can't get back. And I talk about that in my last live. You give up your crown jewel, you can't get her back. And she's worthy and she's yours. She's a part of you. And you give that up to such any Tom, Dick, and Harry, you can't get it back. And a lot of these people feel like I can do anything I want to her because she done gave me her cookie. She likes me. She'll listen to anything I say. She'll fall for anything I say. Well, I think some of you should know better by now. No, boo-boo, I run the kitty. You don't. Because I can have the same attitude about my sugar mama just like you've got about your ding-dong. You think that's the shit? Well, mine's the shit. How about that? And I can hold on to her and lock her up. Checkmate. Then I can disperse her as I see fit. But it don't mean I'm going to get hoodwinked and bamboozled because I done gave you the cookie. Because that's what men don't understand about sex. Yeah, we're going to go deep now. What you got? Another one, he got it and he got it better. Oh, shit. Come on, testify, Queen. You can best believe each man got something different than the last one got. Because let me tell you, the one from my past, oh, I'm going to toot his horn. He's a mean motherfucker. You believe that? What did I tell you all in my live the other day about a man that can walk in a room and you could be smitten with him with his clothes on and he ain't got to touch you, he ain't got to kiss you, he ain't got to do nothing. He just walked in the room and you get absolutely weak. Oh, that's him. And I can speak on him, okay? He can walk in this room right now and I could get weak to my motherfucking knees. He ain't got to touch me. He ain't got to do nothing but motherfucking breathe. Every man don't have that effect on every woman. And there ain't been that many men that make me feel like that, to where they just walk in a room and I literally melt. Do you understand what I'm saying? So don't ever think you doing something for a woman because you laying with her and she ooh and she ah and she make you think you the shit and you got the shit. No, baby. Because we play, yes, the same games with the ooh and the ah and ain't feeling shit. Men are just like buses. There's always another one coming. Exactly. And that's what these sorry-ass men need to understand. Just as quick as I met you, enamored with you, attracted to you, you cross me, I can move on. Don't think you offer me something that another one cannot. Because each of you carries something that maybe the other one didn't have. One smells great. One looks better than the other one. One's taller than the other one. One's sex is better than the other one. You see where I'm going? But it can't make me nor break me. And a lot of men don't understand that because they judge life and women by sex. And you got to have more than that to sustain a relationship with another human being. I get it. You want to be attracted to a woman. You want to have something in common with her. You want to have great sex with her. But we have learned in life, sometimes you can't get all of that in one package. You're just not. And you might be searching endlessly, trying to find that one human being that has all those qualities in one human. Sometimes you just don't get it. And you hear women joking, yeah, I need the one guy for the money. I need the one guy for the good sex. I need the one guy for the affection. I need the one guy that's a handyman. It'd be nice to have a man that's got all that going on. He looks good, he smells good, He's hygienic. He ain't got baby mama drama. He ain't got troubles. He ain't running from the law. He ain't breaking the law. His shit is tight and together. He's beautiful. The sex is great. He's smart. He's intelligent. He's affectionate. He knows how to change a fucking tire. He knows how to hang up curtains. Lord have mercy. If I can meet somebody that got all them fucking qualities, have mercy. But rarely do you get somebody with all of those qualities. And maybe that's what a lot of these men are looking for. They're looking for a nursemaid, a mama, a school teacher, a librarian, a whore, a confidant. See where I'm going? And that's where your troubles start. It's that searching. Because what is the old saying? Seek and ye shall find. You'll fuck around and find out. You'll find something that's not good for you. Because as I said, having sex with people, there's a price to pay. There's always a price to pay at some point. As they say, somebody's going to get emotional. Somebody's going to get in their feelings. It's just the way it is. You can't stop that. Doesn't mean that it's genuine. But somebody's going to grow some type of feelings because you are intimate with a person. You're doing intimate things with a person. Doesn't have to be love. Don't have to be in love. Because sex will blind you. And I think most women know this. I think most men know this. You get the sex so good, you've lost your fucking mind, you've lost your direction. And now you're acting and you're talking fucking crazy and everybody's looking at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get it together, what the hell is it? And you can't tell somebody, oh, I done got some good sex. I can't think straight, I can't work, I can't sleep, I'm sleeping all day, I can't do nothing. You better get it together. Because you can lose your way just because the sex is good. And many people have lost their way because the sex is good. Because in the end, sometimes that's all there is. And I can tell you right now, I can speak from experience. Usually the sex is great from a low down motherfucker. Checkmate. Come on with it, Quay. Testify. I'm giving you the business. I'm the only YouTuber that can bring it to you real. Usually sex, the best sex, the greatest sex is with the motherfucker that's no count. Did you hear that? He ain't no good. I'm a living witness. I'm testifying before the court and I ain't got no lawyer. I ain't got an attorney. He ain't no good. He's fucked up. He ain't got no direction. He stays in drama. He's a fuck up. Why is that? Somebody help the queen out. Why is the best sex with a motherfucker who is no count? He ain't hit no shit. He's wayward. He don't work, barely working, don't got a car, got a lot of children, baby mamas, lots of marriages, a known whore. Why is the sex the best with him? Somebody help me out. Let me put a poll up in the chat. Thank you for joining me. Welcome to the Vault. If you'd like to donate to this great network, $ Big Angie, 129 Cash App. Thank you for your time. I'm going to ask you a question in the chat. Feel free to take the poll. One moment, everybody. I'm going to give you 4 options. Can a male whore change? Take the poll. Hold on, let me put that back up there. I think I ended that poll too quick. Hold on, everybody. Ivy said no. Hold on. Let me put it back up. Because I hit the button too fast. Hold on, everybody. Sorry about that. I was hitting something. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to put too many options up here, I guess. Usually only give me 3. I don't know why this poll keeps jumping off here. For some reason. Five votes. %, says no, 17% not sure. Hello, Black Beauty. Thanks for joining me. That's my topic for this evening. He ain't never been faithful. Why ride this pony ride? Should you ride the ride with a man who's never been faithful to a woman in a relationship or a marriage? Can a male whore change? Do you know of a male whore that has changed? Take the pose. I could have used someone like you, your wisdom, many, many years ago. Well, Ivy, I thank you for that. But the queen is still in learning phase at 53. Trust me, I'm still learning and I'm still experiencing, Lord have mercy, the worst case scenario of men. I thought things were bad, 20, 30 years ago. It's the same. I'm 53 and it's the same. It's just an utter disappointment. Just the lies and the manipulation, and you're looking at these men and you're thinking, God, you could be so much better than what you're bringing to the table. Why do you want to be this lifeless vessel? That's what I don't get. And every day I keep looking at all these people posting shit to Facebook and IG, YouTube, where they're getting married, they're celebrating a marriage. And the first thing I'm thinking to myself is, what am I looking at? Because every time I look up, somebody's getting divorced. Somebody's separating. You're hearing that somebody's cheating. You're hearing that somebody made a baby with somebody else. Just like I was looking in the YouTube queue a week or so ago about Fantasia. There's a rumor that her husband made a baby with another woman. And this was the same woman who was getting flack from people about talking about being submissive. Okay, let's keep it real. You're running around here trying to preach and tell people how to be a woman to a man and be submissive to him and quoting Bible scriptures and shit. He's out here fucking somebody else. So you're not somebody I want to really get no advice from about no fucking relationship. And it's not to be mean to her. It's just the truth. All that shit was fluff. Let's keep this shit real. You want to go on a fucking talk show and talk to women about being submissive to a fucking whore. A fucking walking whore. I want you to think about that. So some silly ass woman is sitting up here listening. Oh, I need to change. I need to listen to my husband. I need to be more submissive. I don't need to give my opinions as much. Well, Change if you want to. Because it doesn't matter who you are as a woman. We've seen this time and time again. She's pretty, she's smart, she works, she's educated, she's great in the bed, she can cook, she can clean, she's a mother of the children, but it still ain't enough to keep the man satisfied to not go out here and sleep with another woman. Because you hear people say all the time, reasons why men cheat. Men cheat for various reasons. Same thing about a woman. She cheats for various reasons because everybody's different. So you can't say why this one cheated or why that one cheated. That bullshit about, she don't cook, she don't do this, that's bullshit. Because I know women who cook all the fucking time. There's food on the table every fucking evening, and he is out that fucking door as soon as his belly is full. Checkmate. He ain't got time for nothing but the street and the female and a female and a female, and hell, maybe even a male too. You can't make somebody be who you think they should be. And we as women, we have got to stop trying to change people. I know for 3 years, I've tried to, hold out hope on a person. They will come around, they will grow up. I no longer can indulge. As I said before in my live stream late this morning, that's his journey. He don't want to change. He don't want to grow up. That's his journey. We did the shit on and off for 3 years, 2.5 years. I'm tired. Let some other heifer deal with it. Because she going to be miserable as fuck. Whoever she is, she ain't going to get what she wants from that one. Because he's confused. He's miserable, bitter. And you can't bring no substance to the table when you're feeling down about your own self. What can you do for me when you don't like yourself? Nothing. I can love you to the moon and back. It will never be enough. Even if he's faithful to me, he's still miserable inside. That's still a problem. It's still a problem. And I tell myself that all the time about certain type of men. I tell myself, well, there's a certain type of guy I'm looking at, there's a certain type of guy I'm attracted to. And I tell myself the ones that probably would really treat me well and would honor me as a woman, as a human being, I probably would not be attracted to him. And I'm just keeping it real. Because we all want a little eye candy, okay? But many people will tell you, especially men, as they get older, they'll say, well, I realize looks ain't everything. I banked on the woman's looks, her body shape and all that, that superficial shit. But I realized that's not what is going to make me happy. I'm only thinking that in the beginning because that's what we do. We want eye candy. We want that nice, tall, fit looking guy. He's built nice. He smells good. He looks good. But there's more to a human than looks. And you usually have to learn it the hard way. You get in and you realize they're dumb as fuck. Dumb as a bag of rocks. You got this great looking guy, but he's ignorant. No empathy. He's a sociopath. He's narcissistic. He's self-absorbed. Can't hold a conversation with him. Every time you try to talk about something, he's rude. He's nasty. He's a gaslighter. Where are you going to take it? Nowhere. And you definitely can't have nothing with a man who puts his penis everywhere. What can you have with him? Oh, we get along, we're great, blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, why is he fucking over here? Why is he over here screwing this chick over here? Why? Or he's pining for somebody he used to be with, but can't be with, but he won't her. Maybe they're still dibbling and dabbling. I don't know. Because that's, men screw different women for different reasons. Or he's met somebody he's attracted to, and maybe they're doing some things the other one ain't doing. So now he's enamored with that. But that can't sustain either. Because it's not standing in its truth. And a man who sleeps around with different women, he's telling the world he doesn't care for himself. Because what can you gain by sleeping around with different women all the time? What are you looking for out there? What is it that you're searching for? What are you searching for? You're turning tricks with this one, this one, this one, this one. You should know there's going to be some payback for that. Somebody's going to come up short. Somebody's going to end up catching something. Somebody's going to end up getting pregnant. Somebody's going to end up getting their feelings. It's going to be something. And eventually somebody's going to put your ass on blast and you're going to see your name in lights somewhere. Facebook, IG, or a YouTube video. Checkmate. So ask yourself, is it worth it? Can't be worth it. The one thing I've come to see lately is that I've given out a lot of hall passes that were not deserved. They were not worthy of my time. That I listen at bullshit, lies, storytelling, all for nothing. Because I wanted to do right by the people whose company I was in. Although they didn't do right by me, but I gave them a chance to spin the web. And as Dr. Phil say, it don't matter how long you were in the pot. All that matters is that you came out. So if you was in that pot 2 weeks in a day, that's okay. You didn't stay in the pot 2 weeks and 2 days. Checkmate. And that's what you have to tell yourself in dealing with people. Whether it was 1 week, 2 months, 2 years, 5 years, so long as you didn't stay in there another fucking day. That's all that matters. You crawled your ass out that pot, or you got pushed out the pot, however it goes. But you're out. That's all that matters. We teach people how to treat us. And whoever made that statement, they meant that. Because it's what you allow. Because how you start is how you finish. You start off rocky, it's going to end rocky. Because if there's true emotion and genuineness, the person's going to stay the same. Because they're not going to want to do anything to hurt you. They're not going to want to do anything to cross you. And that's my message today in this live. When you see the signs, once again, bow out. You cannot make somebody like you. You cannot make somebody love you. You cannot make somebody honor you or respect you. And frankly, I don't feel like you got to teach somebody how to treat you. It's an old saying, but if I got to give you an instruction book, a guidebook, I don't need you. Because that shit you should already know when you come to the table. Because when you come to the table, your black ass need to come fully dressed. I don't need to hold your hand. I don't need to give you instructions. I don't need to pull out a napkin, put it in your lap, sit your fork and plate down, and show you how to fucking eat. I'm not your mama. There just comes a time when you have to say, this ain't shit. You want to ride the pony ride? Be my guest. But know that there are ramifications for riding a ride with a horse-ass man. You're probably going to come up short, mighty short. My ex-husband told me he treated me the way he did, because I let him. Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, and some men are bold and they'll tell you that. I did what you allowed me to do. You didn't put your foot down. You never said anything. You didn't scold me. You didn't leave me. And let me say something else before I check out of here. If you're with a man right now that you know is a whore, or you found out he's a whore, let me make this clear, because this will go two ways. You met him as a whore and you had knowledge, or you didn't have knowledge. But down the road, you got knowledge, however it goes. You going out here chasing every woman that you think he likes, talking to, slept with, you're wasting your time. Let me, because somebody need to hear this. You are wasting your fucking time. Because if he's a whore and you think he's talking to this woman or that woman, or you even got proof, how many women you gonna hunt down about that dick? I'm gonna let that sit right there. How many women are you gonna hunt and chase about your man's penis? Because you're gonna get mighty tired and you're gonna have bloody knees. And you gotta tell yourself, is it worth my time to be chasing inboxes and text messages about a man's penis? Because if you found any evidence the first time and you had valid proof, not an assumption, but valid proof, then you already got your answer. So you riding around here, flying around like a motherfucking butterfly on a motherfucking drone, trying to find shit. What's the old saying? Seek and ye shall find. You go looking, you gonna find what you're looking for. Because maybe your shit was already raggedy, as my guest said, and we had a long talk before we went live. Oh, the shit's already fucked up, Queen. But she ain't gonna admit that. Why would she? She ain't. She gonna ride that donkey ride, mad at everybody else. No, boo-boo, you can't get mad at nobody else about your motherfucking so-called dick. You mad at yourself because you know the dick was tainted when you got it. Boom. So you running around here chasing folks for what? That's a you problem. A you and a him problem. That ain't a us, our problem. That's not a world problem. So you need to sweep your own front porch. Instead of going out here worrying yourself and chasing this motherfucker around and chasing other women around about a man. You know how many times you're going to be doing that knowing you with a whore? Let this be somebody's message today, because somebody needs to hear this. You're going to have bloody knees, okay? You're going to make yourself sick. You're going to lose your hair. You're going to be throwing up, shitting on yourself, mad at the world about some dick you already knew was tainted when you brought it to the table. As my guest said, if I go in fucking with a whore, then I already know the potential he ain't right. So it can't be nothing with him. Whether I like him, fell in love him, it can't be nothing because he ain't gonna change. Because if he can't change with the one he with, he can't change for me. Oh shit, what'd you say, Queen? Say it again. He can't change for me. Who am I for him to change? Because if he ain't changed for the one he with, he couldn't change for me or no other woman. And that's what you have to tell yourself when you know you're fucking around with a whore. How is it going to be different with me? It can't be. And you can lean on faith and go out on a limb and you can pray about it. The dick got its own mind. Because you got two heads involved. And ain't neither one of them using common sense. Because one head is supposed to be orchestrating the other head, if you get my drift. And the one downtown, he all on his own. The penis is blind. Say it again, quick. The penis is blind. He's blindfolded. He can't see shit. It's the top head that's supposed to be guiding the one downtown. But if the one uptown is jaded, then what you think the one downtown gonna be doing? There comes a time in life when you gotta accept shit for what it's worth. You can't change people. They not gonna change because it ain't in them to change. That's the point. You can't make somebody change that don't want to change. And there's nothing wrong with having faith in a human. There's nothing wrong with having hope. But there comes a point in your life you have to use common sense. This person has had nothing but problems with women. And just like my family said earlier, the fact that a motherfucker still got women trouble and they with somebody else, that should tell you something's been going the fuck on. Come on with it. Something's going on with other parties. Did somebody hear what Queen just said? Your man got other issues with other women, then there's something going on with your man and other parties. And if you ain't figured that out, you don't need to be in a relationship and your ass don't need to be married. Because a child could tell you that. There's something off here. And I had to think about that recently. And fam had to put it down. Oh, there's some smoke in the city over there. There's something off. And sometimes I tell people that you got to tell the story to somebody else and then they hear it and they play it back and then they give you an opinion that you didn't have. It ain't that you may not have thought about what they said, but you didn't dwell on what they're saying. But now listening to somebody else repeat the story back to me, they're telling me, Queen, something ain't right with that story. There's something else. Ain't no woman acting no fool and jumping through hula hoops over nothing, over some man that ain't hers. Exactly. But sometimes we don't want to hear that because we want to believe what this person has told us about the story. So you're accepting their version. And you didn't have a dog in the race. So, you're just thinking, okay, yeah, the other person's acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But then you got to tell yourself, okay, well, wait a minute, let me back this story on up. Maybe that's the reason why this woman is acting up and showing out. Is it because you've been messing in that pond? You done put your foot in the trap. And you don't want to own your foot was in the trap. Because somebody's feelings might get hurt. That you were still dibbling and dabbling around. And now you're trying to make everybody believe this person is a psycho bitch and doing shit to you just for this reason or that reason, but maybe there's more to the story. Because in the end, it's just like what Fam said, it's all about aversion. It's what you're willing to believe a person is telling you. And maybe they're not telling you the truth. So everybody in the story already knows the person who is the head knocker has a problem with fidelity, has always had a problem with fidelity. So is this somebody you need to be putting stock into and putting your faith in this person? Maybe not. Can a male whore change? 17% yes. 50% no. 14% not sure. 50-50. 14%. Hello, Peter. Thank you for joining me, darling. We live and we learn. And sometimes you meet people, as I said, you want to have faith. You want to believe in them. You want to think that they are about what they say they're about, that they're genuine. Because you don't want to judge people on their past. But sometimes you have to take account that they have bad history. And that the shit that they're feeding you may not be the truth. And that old habits do die hard. And that some people just can't change. They may actually want to change, but they can't. Because there's something in them that's out here looking for something that does not exist. Or they've got some type of insatiable appetite for sex and whatever the hell's going on. And there's nothing you can do about that. So it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you feel for this person. It doesn't matter that you care for them, you love them, you're in love with them, you think you're the one. That shit don't mean nothing because this person has their own fucking agenda. And you can't change that. So you can cry, moan, threaten them, exact revenge, put them on blast. It won't change. He has to want to change. He has to look in the mirror and say, I'm worthy. I'm worthy. I need to check myself because there's something I'm looking for that possibly don't even fucking exist out here. And I keep trying to find it with sex in a woman, numerous women. And I'm going to keep coming up short. I'm going to keep having relationship problems. I'm going to keep having this bad reputation until I get it together. And sadly, he may never come around. He may continue to be a whore until they put him 6 feet down. That's his choice. And it's also your choice as a woman to fool with somebody that you know has a bad reputation of not being faithful. Because it's dangerous to be with somebody who can't keep their dick in their pants. You're going to pay the piper, one way or the other. That's life. I don't care who you are. You dating them, you messing around with them, you the girlfriend, you the wife, you on the down low with them, whatever the fuck you got going on. Somebody's going to come up short. Somebody's going to be hurt. Somebody's going to act a fool. It's going to be a problem. And what you have to tell yourself, if he'll do it to her, he'll do it to me. He'll do it to another woman. Because that's all I've been waiting on. Fooling with the one from my past. Luckily with him, I ain't never had, no woman ever talk crazy. That one incident of a woman said something in the inbox. She was saying she was his sister or something. And I let her know, bitch, what I'm talking about don't concern you. This is business. Don't respond on something that didn't concern you. But as far as, some woman calling me to tell me, oh, he's messing with me. No, he ain't had that kind of problem. But Tony, Mr. Professional, no woman's called me. Tell me shit. Because I give her ass the business too. Bitch, don't ever call my phone about nothing. You check that motherfucking Negro. You don't check me. Because you don't know me from a can of fucking paint, and you don't know what the fuck he's told me. This is why you don't call no woman on no fucking phone. You don't get in no inbox messaging no fucking body when you don't even know what the fuck has been said. Because that's one thing I don't do. I'm not going to argue with a woman about a motherfucking man. Let me make that clear. Not now, not never. Because I'm not getting ready to be sitting up here dialing fucking phone numbers and going in inboxes, arguing with a bitch about somebody that's supposed to be mine. For what? Because if he's a whore, there'll be another you, another you, another you, another you. And how many times I'm going to be going in fucking phones, dialing up fucking numbers, arguing with women about a motherfucking man? I'm not. I'm not going to waste my breath. I'm going to check his ass. Because that's who you're supposed to be checking. You don't call another woman about no man. You don't message a woman about a man. You don't confront a woman about a man. You go to him. That's who you fucking. What you gonna confront another woman about a man for when that's your man? Let you tell it. Oh, that's my boyfriend. That's my husband. That's my side piece. That's my lover. Whatever the hell you got going on with him. Well, what you telling me for? Because women got that bad. Always wanting to go check another woman. No, boo-boo, you don't check no woman about something that you claim is yours. If it's yours, then you check him. Is he going to own it? Probably not. But that's between y'all. It ain't got nothing to do with another woman. Because as I said, if he's a whore, you going to stay in somebody's inbox trying to check and find out shit and keep calling and calling. Well, I just want to know what's going on and I want to know blah, blah, blah. If you think it's something going on, then just, okay, believe it. That's on you. But there's no way in hell I'm going to argue with a woman about a motherfucking thing. And anybody that know me know how I rock. They already know. You better not never come to me talking about no motherfucking man. Please don't. Because you might find out something you don't want to know. And I don't owe you that anyway. Because I don't know you like that. I'm not your friend. We're not bosom buddies. You're not my girlfriend. You're not my family member. We didn't go to school together. We don't hang together. So I don't owe you no explanation about a phone number, a text, or nothing. I don't do that arguing shit with no motherfucking stranger. The fuck I look like? Arguing with you about a motherfucking man. I'm not gonna do it. And I told myself that with Mr. Professional. It's only a matter of time. If he got something going on, some woman will be in your, sending you a message. She can knock herself out. She ain't gonna do nothing but get her feelings hurt. Because I'll let her ass know. Bitch, you don't know me. You don't know me. And you don't know what I got going on with him. Just like I don't know you. And I don't know what you got going on with him. So I'm not going to sit here and swap no motherfucking notes about no motherfucking man. Because if I don't really know him, I don't know what he got going on. So what is it I'm getting ready to say to you? And what is you going to tell me? Well, he's my boyfriend, or we live together, or he's my husband, or whatever. Okay. Then you need to take it up with him. Because you can best believe I'm probably not the only one. So that's my point. What are you going to gain by snooping through people's telephones and thinking you coming up on something and now you want to try to confront somebody about some bullshit? This is why I said, seek and ye shall find. More than likely your shit was already raggedy before you even went and retrieved messages. Before you got a thought that you think something's going on, your shit was fucked up from the get-go. And you need to own your shit with that person. That don't got nothing to do with me or the next woman or the next woman. And that's what women need to understand about being with a whore. You already know your shit fucked up. So going in inboxes and shit and going through people's telephones, it's going to prove what? You just confirming your shit fucked up. That's what you're confirming. That's a you and him problem. That's not a world problem. Because like I said, if you're dealing with a whore, there will be another woman. There'll be another woman. So you just going to keep running into cell phones trying to call folks. And then you're going to sit up here and cry and moan and threaten him. And he sits up like a fucking coward. Oh, yeah, I won't talk to her anymore. I promise. But is it going to stop what he feels inside? No, it's not. Because obviously there's something going on with the man. He's got issues. And that's something he has to work out for himself. You can't fix that. That's a personal problem. As I said before, you don't want to lose hope in humanity, lose hope in people. You want to hope that people will learn something in life through their troubles and their trials and tribulations, that they will make themselves atone for the shit they've done, shit that they're doing, stand account. And they don't have to stand account to you naturally. They can stand account to God in private. But in the end, you're hoping they'll learn something, they'll change. But in the end, it's a choice. So if you're a whorish man out here, all I can do is say, I'll pray for you. Because there's going to be a day that's going to come, and you're going to end up like the stories I've told on this network. You're going to be downtrodden. You're going to get sick. And you got to pray to God that somebody's going to be there to wipe your ass. Somebody's going to be there to push your ass around in a wheelchair. Somebody that's going to be there to bathe you, feed you, make sure you get your medicine, make sure you make it to the doctor. You better hope and pray it's not going to be somebody who you have crossed and you have done wrong to. That's what you better hope. That's what you better pray for. You better pray you don't end up on the wrong side of the coin. Because I can say the truth. I've witnessed it. Two men who could not stay faithful to their wives, how they ended up in the end. One married the mistress. He was never happy with her. He wanted his wife back. And I'm sure he died a very miserable individual because he became very ill last days of his life. And my father, he suffered in the end. Heart failure, kidney failure, very thin man, lying in a hospital bed, still living a lie. And that was so shameful because he didn't want to own my sister. And I was stunned looking at him thinking, damn, you're sick. And you're still trying to hide the truth about your daughter to your wife. That's the shit I'm talking about. Owning your truth. You don't want to end up like these men. And if you're a woman, you don't want to end up like this either. Just stand in your truth. Because payback's a motherfucker. And if you think you won't get it in this life, you'll probably get it in the next. And that old saying, well, you can't help who you love. True. You can fall for people that's tangled up with other people, but it's still a price to pay. Because you're not getting what you want. You're not getting what you desire. And most definitely, and most importantly, you're not getting what you deserve. That's more important. You deserve the best. And you deserve somebody that's honest. Not a flake, not a narcissist, not a sociopath, not a whore, not a defrauder, not a liar, not a manipulator, not a con artist, but you deserve a decent human being. Thank you for your time. You've been listening to The Bottom Cell.